Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to automate email sequence using AI agent for Shopify customers. So I'm an owner of an online fashion apparel store and I manage my online store using Shopify. Here, whenever I receive a new order by the customer, I have to send them sequence of emails like the thank you email, with that some offer email and promotional email. Now writing down these emails manually is a very time consuming and hectic task as I receive number of orders. So in order to automate this entire process, I have created an AI agent using Pabbly Connect without writing a single line of code. Now, whenever a new order is going to be created by the customer on my Shopify store, automatically regarding that order and for that customer, an AI agent is going to generate the email sequences, promotional email, thank you email and offer emails, okay? As soon as those emails with the subjects are going to be generated by the AI agent, automatically the draft of all those emails are going to be created in my Gmail account for that customer. So now if you want to learn how to create this amazing AI agent for yourself, for your business, then let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to automate email sequences using AI agent for Shopify customers. So as an owner of a fashion apparel business, I use Shopify to handle all my online sales and customer information. I use an AI agent to automatically create a draft's personalized email sequences to send customers right after their purchase. I create the draft emails in my Gmail account. You can see right over here. Okay, so these are the sequence emails. Okay, so now firstly, I'm going to show you how this AI agent works in real time. Firstly, I'm going to do a new purchase in my Shopify store. For that, I'm going to open my online store from here. So this is my store right over here and these are the products that I'm selling. So I'm going to purchase this product right over here, okay? It is asking for all these details right here. So I'm going to fill in the details. You can see I've filled in all the required details. Email is new user @pabblytudes.com. The first name is new, last name is user. This is the address you can see right away. City Bhopal, this is the pin code, status Madhya Pradesh. I've entered the dummy card details right over here. I'm going to click on this Pay Now button next. As you can see over here, it says thank you new, okay? As now a new order has been placed in my Shopify store. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Gmail account and I'm going to refresh all these pages from here. And you can see automatically a new email has been first drafted for the thank you for your purchase. You can see right over here, this email has been drafted by the AI agent. For the loyalty and the offer, if I'm going to refresh this from here, you can see the new email for this new user @pabblytudes.com has been drafted in my Gmail account. And I have this last one, that is style tips over here. If I'm going to refresh this page, you can see over here automatically the email for the style tips has also been drafted in my Gmail account. Okay, so this is how this AI agent is going to work in real time. Okay, and we are going to create this amazing AI agent using Pabbly Connect. For that, on a new tab, I'm going to browse the website of Pabbly Connect, that is www.pabbly.com/connect. Okay, after browsing the website, Pabbly Connect's landing page is going to appear in front of you, on which you have two options: sign in or sign up for free. If you're an existing user, you can directly sign into your Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. I am an existing user, so I'm going to directly sign into my Pabbly Connect account. Then you can see the all Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here. Firstly, we're going to name the workflow, which is going to be automate email sequences using AI agent for Shopify customer. This is the name I want to give to the workflow. For the folder on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders, from which I'm going to select this AI agents folder. And then I'm going to click on this create button right here. As I've done that, you can see over here a new workflow has been created and there are two windows in front of you. One is the trigger window, other is the action window. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, I'm going to set up my trigger step, in which for my trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Shopify Legacy. As whenever a new order is going to be placed in my Shopify store, automatically the trigger over here should capture the response of that. And the trigger event over here is going to be new purchase. Okay, over here you can see it says new order. This is the trigger event. Okay, after selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using this URL and by following the steps given here below in the help desk, we are going to build a connection between Shopify and Pabbly Connect. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here and log into my Shopify account that I want to connect. From the left side, go to settings option right over here. After coming to settings, from this drop down, go to this notifications option right here. Coming to notifications, go to the webhooks section right here. Now we're going to create a new webhook. For that, click on this create webhook. It says event. For the event, you need to select it as order creation, as whenever a new order is going to be created, the data should be forwarded towards this webhook URL. So for the URL field, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. Format is going to be JSON, and for the webhook version, select the latest version and click on the save button right over here. You can see a new webhook URL has been added in my Shopify store. Okay, so this is how you build a connection between Shopify and Pabbly Connect. If I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down, it says waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Shopify is connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another test purchase in my Shopify account, and after that I'm going to check whether automatically the trigger over here in this workflow captures a response of the new order or not. Okay, for that, from the left side, go to this online store section right over here. I'm going to preview my store from here. These are the different products that I've created. Now I'm going to purchase this dress from here. I'm going to click on this buy it now button. Now I'm going to fill in all the order details right here. You can see I've filled in the details as the email address testcustomer01@pabblytudes.com. Country is India. First name test, last name customer. Address is A001 New City Bhopal. City is Bhopal. State is Madhya Pradesh. This is the pin code you can see right over here. I have filled in all the dummy card details. Now I'm going to click on this pay now button. As you can see right over here, it says the order is confirmed. As now new order confirmation has been placed. Now I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down, and you can see in front of you the response has been successfully captured. Over here you can see the total was 5,310. If I'm going to further scroll down, you can see the total price is 5,310. Okay, if I'm going to further scroll down, the name of the customer is test customer. You can see right over here. State was Madhya Pradesh. This is the pin code you can see right here. First name test, last name customer. Country is India. City as Bhopal. Address is A001 New City Bhopal with all the other details. Okay. As now the response has been captured in my trigger, this means that Shopify is connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. As now we have received the response of the new order using the detail of my customer and the orders, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an AI agent to create the sequence emails that I'm going to forward towards my customer afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to set up my action step, in which from action application I'm going to select it as OpenAI right over here. Action event is going to be ChatGPT, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection. It is asking for the token, with the help of which we are going to build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. To have the token, go to this hyperlink given here below in the help desk right here. Then the API keys page is going to appear in front of you, on which click on this create button to generate the token. For the token name over here, I'm going to give it as test token. Okay. For the project, I'm going to select as default, permissions as all, and then I'm going to create the token from here. As soon as I'm going to do that, a token is generated. I'm going to copy it and paste it right here and click on the save button. As I've done that, you can see OpenAI has now been connected. Firstly, it is asking for me to select the AI model, for which I'm using GPT-4o Mini. If you want to use any other AI models, you can definitely do that according to your requirement. Next, it is asking for the prompt. Prompt is a text with the help of which an AI agent is going to generate the content according to our requirement. In the prompt over here, you need to specify all the things that you want and do not want in the generated content. So for the prompt over here, for my use case, I'm going to write it as... So this is the prompt that I've written. You can see right over here. It says you are an expert email copywriter for a fashion apparel brand. A customer has just made a purchase from our Shopify store based on the products they've bought. Create a personalized email sequence of 3 emails. Firstly, I've written the order details. You can see right over here. And these are the 3 emails. Thank you emails, style tip emails, and loyalty offer email. Okay. This is the thank you email description, style tip email description, and the loyalty offer email description. It says, do not include the subject in the email bodies. Do not add any extra JSON to refer the example provided. Now, what I want is, I want all the emails right over here, the bodies and the subjects,
three of them separately from each other. I don't want a paragraph response. For that, we need to get the response in a JSON format, and that is I've added this JSON example right over here. Using this example, this AI agent is going to give me the data in the given example right over here. With a thank you email, I want the email. Thank you email subject, I want the subject. Style tips email, style tip subject, the subject. This is the same right over here as well. So you can see I've entered this JSON example. If you want to use the same example in your prompt as well, you can definitely do that according to your requirement. You can find the link of this workflow in the description box below, copy it and paste it in your prompt right here. So after adding the prompt right over here, you can see it is asking for the order details, with the help of which this AI agent is going to create the custom email for the customer. It is asking for the customer name first. So for the data of this field, I'm going to map the data, which is inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to select the field, the previous step, that was Shopify legacy new order, is going to appear in front of you. As I'm going to click on it, the response that was captured in our previous step is going to appear in front of you. Firstly, it is asking for my customer name. So I'm going to search for the name right here. This is the name of my customer. I'm going to select the data of the name of my customer from my previous response. As for this customer, I want to generate the email sequences. As now I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I've mapped this data, you can see this data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the email, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data of the email right over here. I'm going to search for the email. I'm going to map the data for the order ID. I'm going to map the data of the ID right over here. I'm going to search for the ID, and then I'm going to map the data of the order ID. For the product name, I'm going to map the data of the product name right over here. So this is the product name. I'm going to map the data right here. Next, it is asking for the amount. So for the amount, I'm going to map the data of the total right over here. So this is the total price. I'm going to map the data. And lastly, for the shipping address, I'm going to map the data of the address right over here. I have received this address. You can see right here. This is the address, comma, space. Now I'm going to map the data of the code right over here. Okay. So now as I've entered the entire prompt, I'm going to simply click on this save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, I have received a response, which is a positive response. You can see thank you email. The email body has been generated. You can see right over here. Okay. And with that, this is the subject of this email. This is the style tips email. You can see right over here. This is the subject. The loyalty and the offer email is right over here with the subject. Okay. So as you can see, as now the details are been generated by this AI agent, now what we're going to do is, using the details, we are going to create the draft for 3 of the type of email sequences that I've created in my Gmail account. For that, firstly, I'm going to add an action step in this workflow, in which from action application, I'm going to select it as Gmail right over here. Action event is going to be create draft, as I'm creating the draft right here. As this is an AI generated content, if I want to review it and make changes and then send it to my customer, it will be much easy. Okay. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection. Then click on this connect with Gmail account right over here. A window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for me to choose an account. In which account are we creating the draft of the email? So this is the account right over here. I'm going to select it. And it is asking for the permission for this account. For that, I'm going to click on this allow button. As this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on this allow button right here. As I've done that, you can see Gmail has now been connected to Pabbly Connect. Firstly, it is asking for the email subject. Firstly, I want to draft the email for the thank you. For that, I'm going to map the data of the thank you email subject. You can see right here. Okay. Next, it is asking for the recipient email address. Over here for the recipient email address, we have to enter the address for which we are creating the draft. For the email address, I'm going to map the data of my customer's email address right here. Then it is asking for the from which email address are we sending the email. So this is the email address right here. I'm going to select it from this drop down. So this is the sender's email right here. Next, it is asking for the sender name. For the sender name over here, I'm going to write it as Team ABC Store. Okay, this is the dummy sender name that I've written. Email content is plain, so I'm going to select as plain. For the email content, I'm going to map the data of the thank you email content that has been generated. Signature is none, so I'm going to select as none. Now it is asking for the label ID. In my Gmail account, I have created 3 labels. Order confirmation is going to be for the thank you email. Styling tips and recommendations and the loyalty offers. I have created these 3 labels, and under the labels, I want to create the draft. So this is for the thank you email, which is order confirmation. So I'm going to select the label order confirmations from here. and then simply I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. And you can see I've received a response, which is a positive response. So now if I'm going to open my Gmail account right here, you can see in the order confirmations, a new email has been drafted. That is the thank you email. If I'm going to open this draft over here, it is for testcustomer01@pabblytudes.com. This was the customer, you can see right away, for which the email is drafted right here. It says, thank you for your order. You can see the order details is right here, okay? So as now the draft has been created for the order confirmation, in the similar manner, I am going to create the draft for all the other labels as well, that is style tip recommendations and loyalty offers, okay? So I'm going to do that right here, but before that, I want to rename this action step over here. And I'm going to name this step over here as order confirmations. As with the help of this step, we are drafting the email for the order confirmation. So I'm going to update the name, okay? So now in the similar manner, I'm going to do the setup of other two labels, that is style tips recommendation and the loyalty offers right here in this workflow. And you can see right over here, I have set up this action step right here for the style tips and recommendations. You can see right over here, I've added the subject, this is the address, this is the from, this is the name, and I've mapped the data of the style tips email. You can see right here, I've selected the labels style tip recommendation, and over here, I've received a positive response. You can see right here. And if I'm going to open this label, that is style tips recommendations, if I'm going to refresh it from here, you can see a new email has been drafted in my Gmail account. You can see right here, okay? In the similar manner, I have set up this loyalty and offer step right here. You can see this is the subject, this is the address, this is the from address, store name. I've mapped the content. You can see right over the loyalty offer. You can see right here, label I've selected, and I've received a response, which is a positive response. So if I'm going to open this label, that is loyalty and offer in my Gmail account, if I'm going to close this and open this label right here, and yes, you can see automatically a new email has been drafted in this label as well, okay? So as now all the emails are been successfully drafted, this means that we have successfully created this AI agent using Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now, what we have done trigger is Shopify new order. As soon as a new order is going to be placed by the customer on my Shopify store, the trigger is going to capture the response of that. Using the details of the order, AI agent, that is OpenAI ChatGPT, is going to generate the 3 different type of email sequences right after the purchase. The content is going to be generated by the AI agent. Automatically, the drafts are going to be created in my Gmail account for the label order confirmation, second style tips and recommendations, and last is loyalty offers. And in this manner, I have created this amazing AI agent to automate email sequences for Shopify customers using Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button down there.